Welcome to Manchester's Canal Street. I'm Kieran Moore, and because I hang out here, people might assume that But I'm not. I'm bisexual, and in fact there's a whole range of sexualities and gender identities across the LGBTQ community. Spectrum is an anthology short film that aims to tell a lot of those stories. Now, I've got some experience myself as a filmmaker, I've written and directed web series, and I'm a professional comics writer. So I'm really eager to apply all my skills to taking charge of this film. But it's not just my story. I've gathered together a team from across this community, and let's hear from some of them.
I'm Abigail Henry. I'm a writer, filmmaker. I've written and directed short films and music videos, and I've recently become a semi-finalist in the Blue Cat Screenplay competition. So my story is about a character called Nell, who is debuting as a drag king, Brett Dream, but she loses her outfit and has to improvise a new one. Brett is about the creative process behind creating a drag identity. I've been talking to a lot of drag kings so I can get an accurate representation of what it is to become a drag king.
I'm Tommy Cowell, a Manchester-based writer and director. I've made a couple of short films over the last 2 years, starring actresses and actors from the world of British TV. So the short film that I wrote for Spectrum is called Treats, and it's based on a man that I saw walking around Canal Street one summer, and he was getting lots of attention from young guys simply because he had this really cute dog. I think gay culture nowadays, and it sort of always has been, seen as sort of nightclubs and young men and hot people. Alan, who's the main character in this short film, he's lonely, he's an older gay man, and through this new friend that he makes via sort of the pet dog, he meets loads of new people, but not all those people have his best interests at heart.
My name's Ellie Costanza. I contributed a little script called Red that's about, I suppose, the first night out that somebody has exploring in a little foray into the transgender world. I based what I wrote on some of my own experiences and also those that I know were shared by a lot of friends of mine. I also wanted to show the kind of the different and conflicting messages that friends can give, whether meaning well or otherwise.
My name is Christopher Bowles. I'm an award-winning playwright. I founded Magpie Man Theatre in 2015, and I'm also a performance poet on the local scene. My piece is about a gender-fluid character called Genesis, who explores all of the archetypes of the LGBTQ community by going on a journey through Canal Street and changing into various different outfits. The concept of gender fluidity is really unexplored. It's not a particularly mainstream territory, so I thought I'd use things like poetry to try and take a more artistic approach to something that's usually left on the sidelines.
So we're a good night out in Manchester, and this is the setting of my short film Chips, which is about a guy who comes to the takeaway at the end of the night and with a girlfriend and bumps into his ex-boyfriend, and he realises he's forgotten to tell either of them that he's bisexual, because coming out isn't always a big dramatic moment. Sometimes it's low-key, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes you just forget. So as well as all the films we mentioned so far, there's a few more stories within the 30-minute structure of Spectrum. There's a little short I've written called Suck, which is about a vampire who uses a grinder, and then there's a few 50 to 30 second shorts that will go between the longer ones, just so we can capture as many voices from this diverse community as we can. We're determined to get Spectrum made in 2018, and we will do that, but the more funding we receive, the better we'll be able to make it. So if you're able to help us, we want to be able to spend on getting some acting talent, getting some really professional kit hire, and raising the production value as much as possible.
Please fund our film so you can make my Brett dreams come true.
Pretty please fund us so that we can show an accurate portrayal of being and exploring being transgender.
Please fund us so that I can buy the puppy costume that I've always dreamed of.
Please help us out so we can put the full spectrum on the map.
Please fund us so we can get some proper catering and so that we can tell our stories.